Welcome back to the reading of Reclaim Yourself by me, Jessica Nuñez-LaMarre. The three-step rediscovery process for releasing guilt. I would feel guilty for not working, not doing my best, not helping others, and not stepping up and being one of the first ones to offer support. I would feel guilty for working, for being with my kids, and without my kids. With guilt, it was like I could never win. Maybe you feel the same. To heal, we need to understand where the guilt came from. When we were little, we may have been told we did something wrong, in quotation marks, when in all reality, it most likely wasn't wrong. It was just something our parents thought was wrong, or it was a mistake, and we needed to be taught that everyone makes mistakes, and there are consequences that fit the choices we make. But they didn't understand this, nor were they taught this. So when they didn't want us to do something, they may have thought that by making us feel bad or guilty about a situation, we wouldn't do it. Why would you do that? What were you thinking? We know you can do better. You know better. How could you? While all of these seem like innocent remarks, what it taught us is that we are the behavior, and we are taught that we were bad. These comments covered us in shame. Most of our parents did not have the resources to understand that we were not and are not our behavior. Most don't understand that there is a difference between an emotion and a behavior that follows the emotion. So instead, they made us feel like not only was what we did wrong, but in some way, we were wrong. Something was wrong with us. Though this may not have been their intention, and I don't believe it was, this is how many of us internalized it. Since they thought it was wrong, we were typically made to feel guilty about ourselves and not our behavior, and then most likely punished, thinking we were bad, not the behavior. As such, we learned that when we feel guilty, punishment needs to follow. Closely tied to guilt is disappointment. I found out early in my life that I could handle people being mad. I didn't want them to be, but it was much better than people being disappointed in me. This mainly stemmed from my parents, particularly my dad. I did not want to disappoint him. When I did disappoint him, I was riddled with shame and guilt, and the negative self-talk poured on me like water from a fire hose. He didn't need to say anything. I took care of it for him. Do you often beat yourself up after you feel guilty? Do you hear that voice? You should have known better. Why did you do that? Why did you say that? What were you thinking? Or treat yourself badly, overeating, overspending, or overworking? This stems from the unconscious guilt cycle. The guilt cycle. A situation occurs and the unconscious ingrained thoughts emerge telling us I did something bad or was made to feel like I did something bad. 2. Based on the ingrained thoughts we identify as the behavior, I feel guilty or am made to feel guilty, i.e., I'm bad, so I deserve to feel guilty. 3. Which brings forth the unconscious outcome. I deserve punishment. How we may punish ourselves. Unkind thoughts. Why would you send that email? You should have reread it. Now look at what you did. I knew I should have done that last night. What were you thinking? Now you screwed it all up. What is your internal dialogue after a mistake? Punishing the body. Overworking and not sleeping, not taking breaks. Pushing your body way past its breaking point. Not eating when your body is hungry. Overeating. Eating unhealthy foods. Working through the day when your body is sick. not exercising or moving your body, or over-exercising. All of these are ways to punish ourselves. In what ways do you punish your body? As a reminder, while we are not our behaviors can be completely unacceptable, and there are consequences for our behaviors. Another helpful way to understand and heal the guilt cycle is to write down all the things you feel guilty for. Write out all the ways you punish yourself, and then forgive yourself for each one. Here is the 3-step rediscovery process to help with the guilt. Take 3 deep breaths, and then begin the rediscovery process. Again, if you're driving or operating heavy machinery, wait till you're in a place where you can do this. Step 1, realize, become aware. To get out of this guilt cycle, we first must realize we are in it. It may look like this. A situation happens that's possibly a mistake. You sent an email with the wrong information, said something that could have made a coworker upset, yelled at your kids, didn't do what your family wanted you to do, or didn't have the information ready when asked for it. Identify how guilt impacts you physically, mentally, and emotionally. What does this guilt feel like in my body? And where is it in my body? This can feel like tightness in your chest, sinking in the stomach, or an upset stomach. It can feel like tension in the body, anywhere, the neck, shoulders, back, jaw, or head. What thoughts come up when I feel guilty? What feelings come up when I feel guilty? Step 2, reconnect, honor, and accept. What parts of me feel the need to criticize myself? Where did I learn this criticism? Whose voice does it sound like? Where did I learn to use these words to punish myself? When do I first remember hearing these words that have now become my thoughts? Is there some way these thoughts are trying to protect me? Is it possible these thoughts are trying to keep me safe? Is it possible that while the words hurt, that they are not from ill intent? What emotions come up? What emotions have I not allowed myself to feel? What emotions scare me? Who am I afraid will get hurt if I don't feel guilty? Who am I afraid will be sad, mad, angry, or disappointed if I don't feel guilty? Can you feel compassion for this part? Maybe it is trying to protect you from the harsh words of others. Can you accept this part as it is? A part calling out for love. Step 3, release. Listen to what you need. Forgive and bring in unconditional love. Listen to what you need. Do I think punishing myself with thoughts, criticism, or physically punishing my body with not resting, eating unhealthy, or other ways will make myself or others feel better? What part of me feels the need to be punished? Who do I need to forgive for making me feel that way? What parts of me can I forgive now? What parts of me are going to need to take time to forgive? How can I support the parts of me that feel the need to make me feel guilty? With love and compassion. Instead of making me feel guilty, what would this part like to do? Maybe she desires another role she has never got to experience because she's been so busy making you feel guilty. You have the power to set her free. She's ready. Again, always finish the 3-step rediscovery process with gratitude. Be grateful that you stepped into this journey of healing. You are changing your life and the world.